Good morning, Springfield, and happy Friday. We are back with another episode of A Word with the City Manager. I'm your host, Logan Cobbs.
And I am your city manager, Brian Heck. And just good morning. Again, happy Friday. And we're excited to be back for another podcast with the city manager. I know we had a break last week because we brought you an update from our economic development administrator and assistant city manager, Tom Franzen. But I'm excited to be back and answer your questions and be here with Logan.
So we have to note that this podcast is clearly a Halloween edition.
That was pretty creepy music.
Wasn't it?
Logan wouldn't let me hear what the music was before she played it.
One more time. That's good. Brian, happy Halloween. What are you dressing up as tomorrow? I see now you're sort of like a...
Yeah, I think this was part of an Incredibles costume that we've had at some point. And so that was the mask I was able to pull out. And you have your bat ears or wings. Those look great.
Thank you.
Do you have plans for dressing up tomorrow?
Tomorrow I'll either be a bat or maybe Minnie Mouse. We'll see.
Minnie Mouse, okay.
It's kind of up in the air.
Yeah, I probably will not be dressed up, but
Understood.
my kids, we have costumes for them. My son's an inflatable dinosaur, and my daughter is Batgirl. So
she's me.
Yes. So.
Cute. Love that. So happy Halloween, everyone. So today we will be talking about COVID-19. So Brian, give us just a general update on the city. How's the city doing? Let's start there.
Yeah, certainly. So just from an organizational standpoint, we are starting to see kind of our own surge in terms of our staff that have had to either quarantine due to exposure or from actual positive cases. So we've been very fortunate to date, and we're still, when you look at the total number of employees, we're still doing pretty well in terms of protecting our employees from being positive for COVID-19 or being exposed to COVID-19. And so, but we here in the last week, 2 weeks, we have seen an increase in cases throughout our organization. It's not impacting or affecting any services at this point. And we're hopeful that we're able to get all those that are impacted back healthy and safely back to work. And but we, our thoughts, our prayers are with those that are impacted and affected within our organization and throughout our community, that they would be able to heal and get back to normal here very soon.
Wonderful. So Brian, talk to us a little bit about what buildings are open. So I know here in City Hall, anybody entering the building should be wearing masks. When we have public meetings, we're doing temperature checks. Tell me a little bit about what buildings are open and if we have any meetings coming up that are open to the public.
Yeah, certainly. So we continue to have our utility billing and income tax section. That's our most frequented section of our building here at City Hall, located at 76 East High Street. Open to the public for limited hours. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 to 12:30, and Tuesday and Thursday, 1 to 5. But we still have, right now, most of the traffic is on the utility billing side. We still have the option or the ability for people to pay online, or if you can't figure out online, please do call us and we can help walk you through that or figure out another option. And we also have the drop boxes, the utility billing drop boxes, both at City Hall on the Fountain Avenue side, and then also at our service center, which is out on Lagunda Avenue, there's a utility billing drop box. So, but City Hall will continue to keep those hours. As many know, we were on the verge of potentially purple. We were still planning on keeping those limited hours at the first floor of City Hall, mainly due because we do have safety protocols in place. We're regularly cleaning that space. Hand sanitizer stations. We have markings on the floor to keep social distance. And again, in our buildings, we're asking that unless you have a health condition or medical condition, that you're wearing a mask as well. Our Fire Station 1 continues to be open to the public. A lot of permits related to our fire division run through Station 1, and so their main lobby is open to the public. And then we also have our building regulations division out of community development is by appointment only, but you can make a call and you can ask to schedule that appointment with one of our building officials or one of the front counter people so that you can get the permits that you need as it relates to our building regulations division. And really outside of that, that's where we're open right now as far
Okay.
as normal daily traffic. Public meetings, the city commission did return to meetings that were open to the public in person. So we've had meetings virtually that were open to the public. And then we've also had meetings in the forum that still had the virtual option for people to attend. But here a couple meetings ago, we did open the forum back up to the public, again, with safety protocols in place. So there's a temperature check station. Again, you must wear a mask. And then we also have social distancing measures placed in the forum. And so they actually will meet next Monday. So typically they meet on Tuesday, but as we know, next Tuesday is election day. So get out to vote. So we're going to hold the meeting Monday evening for commission, and that will be open to the public. Now, down the road, if we would happen to go purple, that may change. We may look at not having the forum open up to the public. We may be back to virtual, but we'll just have to kind of play that one by ear and see how things go. It was obviously great to see that we were back in red and not on the watch list. So we need to keep working together. I think the whole thing is about doubling down and wearing masks,
Absolutely.
social distancing, and still washing hands and sanitizing as much as possible when you can, wipe down workspaces and so forth, so that we can protect everybody and keep our community healthy.
Wonderful. So, Brian, for those entering our building, so let's say someone at home wants to attend the commission meeting on Monday, do they have to do a temperature check?
Yes, they do have to do a temperature check. We have a temperature check station right as you come in the forum doors. We have a staff member to assist those from the public utilizing the temperature check station. But yes, we do require you to take your temperature as you come into the building.
Great. Just wanted to clarify that. So I do see some questions coming in. As always, guys, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below and we'd be happy to answer those. But let's start with the COVID related questions, Brian. So I see that Catalina has a question. Good morning, Catalina. She asks, what will it mean for Springfield if Clark County goes purple? And you were just kind of talking about that. So could you expand on that a bit?
Yeah, thank you, Catalina, for joining us this morning. And it definitely, again, to reiterate, we did find out yesterday that we are at red. So we dropped down to 4 of the 7 indicators. So the public health advisory system from the state uses 7 indicators to determine the level on the public health advisory system of what your county falls into. And as we know, last week we were on the verge of purple. We were on the watch list. And so we've been able to drop down on a couple of those indicators, which moved us down to red and off the watch list. As far as purple is concerned, the state, if you read the public health advisory system, the state doesn't actually lay out any requirements or mandates at the different levels. If you recall early on when they introduced the system, they did once your county reached red, you were required to wear masks. And probably a week after that, they made a statewide mandate for masks. So that was really the only mandate or requirement that came from the different levels on the public health advisory system. But what the purple means is obviously there is a severe spread of the virus in your community, throughout your community. And so they are urging and asking people to take extra precautions as you progress and get higher up on those different levels. But the state is really putting it down to the local boards of health to decide what's best for them and how to counter this virus, to counter COVID-19. And so, again, no specific mandates are set if we go purple by the state or right now by the local board of health. But it is something that's going to remain fluid. We're going to continue to see how the virus is impacting our community. I know there's been several calls. I think the health department is working on developing that COVID response team as we potentially head towards that purple designation, and so that we're prepared as a community if we reach that specific level.
Luckily, again, just to reiterate, we have dropped down to red, or we have remained red, so we are off of the watch list as it stands.
Yes,
which is awesome.
Just so people know, it would take 2 weeks for us because the state does give the watch list is kind of a warning. It's a week ahead warning that you are on the verge of meeting all 7 indicators. And so let's say next week our levels, our indicators go up and we're back to 6 indicators or even 7 indicators, we would go to the watch list again. And then it would be another week before they would actually designate a community purple. So we're 2 weeks away from any potential of being purple, but we could certainly end up on the watch list again, which is something that we want to mitigate against and avoid as a community.
Gotcha. That's good information. Thank you. Some more questions are coming in, one from Monica, one from Julie. Let's start with Julie's question, Brian. Are masks going to be mandatory? So I assume she means in the city or in the county if we were to go purple.
Yeah, so masks, there is a statewide mandate that requires masks currently. So masks are mandatory for individuals to be wearing. Obviously, I know there are reasons why you are not having to wear a mask if you have a medical condition that does not allow you to wear a mask.
Sure.
But masks are mandatory statewide currently. And so when you travel out into the public, make sure you have your mask with you and ready to put that on as you enter public spaces and so forth. Very
good. So Monica asks, is downtown still on tonight for trick or treat?
Thank you, Monica, for your question. Yes, as far as I know, it still plans to be held tonight. There's been no indication not. Just want to commend our downtown business owners.
Absolutely.
Working with the Convention and Visitors Bureau, John Kelly, in planning this event. I know they're doing a great job of also keeping it a safe event. A COVID-friendly event, but I know they plan to have music, live music or DJ from the parking garage, so you'll be able to hear music as you're going through the downtown and visiting the different businesses that are participating. And it's just it's an exciting event. Kind of makes us feel some normality that we have that we have not had for quite some time. So I know there's people excited. I just encourage people. These businesses, they've worked with the health department to be able to throw an event like this. So we just ask that people be mindful of others and respectful of others and mask up when you're out tonight, and take advantage of an opportunity to visit and explore the great downtown businesses we have.
The event sounds like it's going to be awesome. I'm excited, but again, wear your masks, social distance, and make good decisions tonight. So that should be fun. So Julie asks, who will be enforcing the mask wearing?
Yeah, Julie, thank you for your question. Thank you for joining us this morning. The state has put down that it falls again to the local health officials and in enforcing the requirements, any requirements that come, and specifically the mask is one of those requirements that they've placed. And so again, I think a lot of it is placing the burden on each of us to do the right thing, to wear the mask. And so we're just encouraging, we're asking everybody to be mindful and respectful of each other. You maybe aren't wearing the mask for you, you're wearing the mask for other people. And so we just ask you to abide by that. But to specific, it again falls down to our local health department, our local health officials, and enforcing the mask. And if you have a concern about a business or so forth that's not requiring or not having masks on, please report that to the health department.
Great, thank you. So Brian, let's switch gears just a little bit. We do have some additional questions that were pre-submitted, but they're not exactly COVID related.
Yeah.
So Becky asks, why is the city pushing for the dispatch center to be merged with the county dispatch center when the funds are available to keep them both separate?
Yes. So thank you, Becky, for the question. I think this question came in right when the post went out. So thank you for following our Facebook page and being active on our Facebook page. So the combined dispatch discussion has been going on for many years, and really the consolidation of services discussion have been going on for many years. As money is limited, we constantly are looking what is the best way and most efficient and effective way that we can continue to provide services to the public, utilizing obviously tax dollars to the most efficient and effective way. And so with the dispatch, this discussion has been going on for many, many years. Predates me, actually. I've been with the city now 2006, and these discussions were being had even before I came to the city. But we've been working, and we finally have been able to come to terms of an agreement that makes sense for both organizations, work for both organizations, that will be able to combine and collaborate and utilize the most efficient and effective means for deploying this service to our community. And so we're excited about the opportunity to partner with the county. I think it's a great opportunity. There's a lot of mandates that have come out at the federal level specifically as it relates to dispatch and the ability to take 911 calls, not only by the traditional means of phone, but through text and so forth. So we're able to collaborate in both hardware, software, personnel to be able to provide the best and most effective and efficient service to the public for their tax dollars, for your tax dollars. And so those are things that we're constantly looking at. If there's what is the best way, what is the most productive way that we can continue to provide a service effectively and efficiently, understanding and that we're utilizing tax dollars to provide those services. So I hope that answers your question, Becky. There's collaboration, there's coordination that can happen between the two entities that I think will help us provide a more effective and more efficient delivery of that service.
Yeah, I think it's worth noting that this was definitely a well thought out decision. It did not happen overnight. And this is just another way for us to continue to move the community forward and increase collaboration between the city and the county.
Yeah, and again, I think as there's limited resources, there's limited dollars available. We're going to have to continue to look at ways that we can partner together.
Absolutely.
We're in this together as a community. Obviously, the city is part of the county, and so our residents are county residents, and they're paying towards sales tax and other things as well. And so there's opportunities for us to continue to collaborate and coordinate together on the services that we provide our community.
Very good. So Jennifer asks, why did Springfield opt out of the Black Lives Matter street mural in the revitalized downtown area?
Yeah, thank you, Jennifer, for your question and for joining us. I guess I'm not exactly sure what your reference is to of opting out. As far as I know, we have not been approached by any group or organization about any type of street mural in downtown specifically or anywhere. And so again, I'm not aware of us opting out of having any type of mural in the community, but be glad to have those conversations if we are approached.
Sure. All right. Thank you for that response, Brian. So I don't see any more questions coming in. Let's circle back to COVID. So tell me a little bit about the mask distribution that EMA has going on right now.
Yeah, so a great opportunity for collaboration and coordination. The city and the county.
It's a theme.
Yeah, the city and county went together. Obviously, a lot of people have seen information about CARES Act dollars that have come down from the federal level to help communities with the fight of COVID-19. And so we were able to partner together with the county and pool our resources. And we purchased, I believe, 145,000 masks together. And Clark County EMA, thanks for their efforts and their work. They've kind of coordinated that effort and purchased the mask and housing the mask, but also planning the distribution of those masks. So they've been working with us The city, as well as the county on locations. They actually have some planned locations that are coming up, today being the first of those. And
Okay.
so today at Springview Government Center, which is out on East Main Street, from 3 to 5 p.m., they will be giving away masks. So if you do not have access to masks or you need more masks, they will have those available. They are the surgical mask. And so they'll look similar to this that you see here. And so we're happy that we're able to pass those out. They will be tomorrow on Saturday from 3 to 5 out in Medway, which is out on the west side of the county at the Bethel Township Fire Department. And then on Monday from 1 to 3, they will be at the former Kroger location on South Limestone in the parking lot, giving out masks as well. But we've also been able to pass those masks out throughout the community. I know Second Harvest Food Bank has received an allotment of masks from Clark County EMA. Family Needs, which is down on Grand Avenue, has received approximately 1,000 masks that they can give away to those that are coming and utilizing their services. And then the city of Springfield has placed masks throughout the organization. So I mentioned the places that are open to the public right now. So we have masks available out at the utility billing section of our building, which is on the first floor of City Hall. We actually have masks available at the information officer's desk down at police headquarters there on Fountain Avenue. And then there's masks available at Fire Station 1 in the lobby as well, where we're open to the public. So we're happy to hand those masks out. And then just kind of a shout out to our police officers. They're going to be carrying masks in their vehicles and their cruisers. And as they encounter individuals throughout their normal operations, they will also be providing masks and having masks available for those that they, again, encounter on their normal operations within the police division. So we're excited that we're able to bring that service to the community, again, collaborate with the county and work with them on pooling resources so that we can provide these masks throughout the entire community.
Brian, how much do these masks cost to the public?
Yeah, these masks are completely free to the public. So
Awesome.
again, we were able to pool our resources, and we had to be able to purchase masks, which took a little bit of time because, as you can imagine, the inventory of masks throughout the country is low, but we were able to get them in. When you're buying a large quantity like that, you want to make sure that you're getting those masks in. But I'm glad that we're able to offer those as free to the public. So any of those drop-off locations that I talked about, but then also the mask giveaways that Clark County EMA is holding today, tomorrow, and Monday.
That's awesome. Thank you. So another question coming in from Otis. Good morning, Mr. Williams. He asks, do you feel that the city is working to make sure Forward Together is making progress for all citizens by trying to be good to neighbors?
Thank you, Otis. I hope you're having a great day. And yes, I do feel that we're working towards that. One of the things that I think sets this community apart is the way that we collaborate together. It's not one organization trying to lead the entire effort. It's multiple organizations coming together, working together to make this the best place to live, work, and play. And so I do believe that we are working hard, working diligently. Obviously, there's always things that we can continue to strive to do better. But I believe through those partnerships, through those collaborations and coordinated efforts, we will continue to make Springfield the best place to live, work, and play. So thank you for your question this morning, Otis.
Wonderful. Well, Brian, I don't see any more questions coming in. What have I missed? Maybe we can kind of sign off with you talking about the podcast that'll be taking place this afternoon.
Yes. So again, COVID-19 is certainly out there in our community. We just were on the watch list for purple. Yes, we dropped to red, but that does not mean that the virus is not still out there and it's not impacting our community. It's certainly having an impact on our nursing home communities. So please place your thoughts with them as they continue to battle and get that under control as well. But this afternoon, we will be live with Health Commissioner Charlie Patterson and his weekly podcast to the community. I will actually be present this week with him and kind of moderating that. So we hope that you would join us. Obviously, I think part of part of our success will be in the education
Sure.
of our community and making us aware of safe practices, safe protocols as it relates to COVID-19. But just being educated and aware of what's going on in our community is so important. So I ask that as many people as possible join this afternoon at 4:00 to listen to Health Commissioner Patterson, who'll be able to talk and provide an update of what's been going on in the last week or so, especially since we were on the watch list and again went to red. But I know Charlie's got a lot of information what's happening with COVID-19 and our community.
Great. So everyone mark your calendars for 4:00 this afternoon. So Brian, thank you for joining us. We always appreciate you taking the time to speak to the community about these important matters. So thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you again for hosting this. I think our best citizen is our most informed citizen. And so I think it's important that we're sharing information, talking about the difficult questions, the difficult issues.
Absolutely.
And so I appreciate everybody for joining this morning, and we'll be back here in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. We'll see you guys then. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
Bye.